Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome to a new day of Vesper.5. Now, yesterday we played some Skyrim's Road Guard, so check that out. But today is a new day for Vesper.5 and a new day of the month. It's also a new month. Yes, it is November, also known as Movember in Australia, the month where a lot of people grow a mustache, a lot of dudes grow a mustache for, what's the charity again? I don't know, let's move. Alright. Oh god, I was wrong. I was totally wrong. Wait, what's today? Today's the 24th. Ah, I done goofed. Wait a minute. Well, okay, so yesterday I was right about that. I was right about the thin layer, but I could have sworn there was at least one day where it was just tunnel. Huh. Now hang on, today's the 24th, yeah. So, next 25, then 26, then 27, then 28. There must be, oh, the tunnel must be wider than I thought. So tomorrow, we probably won't see the end portal. Or am I going to do this in like 99 days? Is that possible? Have I somehow beaten... Because it's supposed to be 100 days, right? Is the fastest way you can beat this game. Or am I going to actually do this in 90... Well, you know what? We're going to find out tomorrow. Holy shit, I want to play tomorrow now. We're just going to have to wait. So, I had some takoyaki today. And takoyaki is great. Do you know what takoyaki is? It's basically little... Okay, the takoyaki is little octopus balls. So what it is, right, is you got this special little, like, semicircle grill things, right? And they make this, like, pancake mix. And then... Although it's not really pancake mix, but you know what? It's the same kind of mix you get for okonomiyaki. Which is like a Japanese sort of meaty pancake. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, they fill the semicircle up with this like dough pancake mix, right? And then they put in like a couple little pieces of octopus, and they cook it up, and then they roll it around. Like they use a little like toothpick to like roll it around so it forms like a round shape. And then they put like this yummy sauce on there and mayonnaise, and oh man, it's really good. Really, I thoroughly recommend if you ever come to Japan to try some takoyaki, because it's great. Takoyaki is actually pretty famous where I am here, so it's good to get some of that. Now today I actually want to talk about something related to Japan, not takoyaki, but Japanese mobile phone companies. Okay, now well, maybe I'm not that much of an expert these days, but I am, I was at least a bit of an expert on the point of mobile phones, because I used to work for a mobile phone company. Actually, I used to work for like 2 different mobile phone companies in Australia, before I quit all that and moved here. God, I gotta blow my nose, hang on, I'm just gonna mute the mic so you don't have to hear it. And we're back. Okay. God. Anyway. Right. Now, I know a bit about mobile phones and about mobile phone contracts and the like. Now, I don't know about America. I would assume America is fairly similar to Australia. Right? Let's say you want to get the new iPhone, yeah? You want to get the new iPhone, what is it? Fucking, God, I hate iPhones. Yeah, I hate them even more. I hated them even more when working at, mobile phone companies, because all the freaking customers would be like, I want to get the new iPhone. Okay, well, I see, I want to get the new iPhone 6. Okay, so I see you've got the iPhone 5. Yeah, got that last year. Okay, so it's a 2-year contract, right? And we're only 1 year in, so you can't just get a new one. Well, I want it. Yeah, but dude, you can, but you're gonna have to like cancel your current contract. Why? Okay. So when you go onto a 2-year contract, right? The cost of the phone is worked into the contract. So if you break the contract early, you got to pay a termination fee because we gave you a phone. Well, that's bullshit. I want to get the new iPhone 6. No, but dude, yeah, it's just that fucking conversation over and over again. Pissed me off. Anyway, and the iPad and the, well, that's it. Yeah, the iPad, the iPhone. Anyway. So yeah, let's say you want to get the new iPhone, right? What do? Okay, so you go in there now. If you want now, iPhone is actually a bad example because usually iPhone is actually quite expensive, like up to $1,000 in Australia for the phone itself. So usually you have to pay a little bit of extra money to get the phone, right? Let's take a really cheap ass Nokia for example. I want to get the cheapest phone you can get. Usually you can get the phone for free. And by free, I mean it's $0 on a 24-month contract. What does that mean? It means they give you the phone, you don't have to pay anything for the phone, you just have to pay, let's say it's $30 a month for 24 months. And the cost of the handset is worked into the phone. So the cost of the handset is worked into the contract. And like I said before, if you were to break your contract, well, obviously you've got to pay a termination fee. Although, the place I worked at, there was like a 3-month rule. Where if there's 3 months to go, was it 3 months or 2 months? It was 3 months. I think they changed it to 2 months. If there was less than 3 months left, then we would just waive the contract. We just credit it back, and you could go on to a new contract, even if it was a handset. Provided you go onto a new 24-month contract. Yeah, exactly. Now, if you actually got a phone plan without a handset, just the plan, and you wanted to change your plan. Like, cancel it, go on to a new contract, do whatever. You can do whatever the fuck you wanted because there's no handset attached to it, so there'd be no fees for canceling it. Well, if you left the company, like if you completely cancelled your service or went to another provider, obviously there would be a termination fee. But if you just wanted to change the plan, if you wanted to upgrade and get a handset, then we wouldn't cancel the old contract. We'd sort of like suspend it. And it would just sit there until the actual contract date ran out, and load you up on a new contract. Now, of course, that could cause problems in the future, because let's say you change your plan let's say no handsets are involved, but you change your plan like 2 or 3 times in like, a 1-year period. You've got like 2 or 3 of these like suspended contracts, and then you left the company. You went to another provider. All of those contracts would then suddenly go bam, 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 termination fee. And that would be a sticky situation. But, regardless, there'd be no fee, right? And like I said before, if it's a cheap-ass phone, you get the phone for free. You don't have to pay a goddamn cent. As long as you go into a 24-month contract, because it's all worked in. Let's say you want to get the iPhone. iPhone's a good example, because, it's a bit more expensive. Then you might pay, I don't know, let's say you're on a $30 plan, you might pay an extra $20 a month. So totally you pay $50 and you get the phone and the contract, right? Done. Again, if you cancel your contract, you've got to pay for the phone, right? So, makes sense. Now, let's say you've never been with my company before. Or let's say you just want to start a new contract. Well, no problem, just do it. Just do it. Do I have to pay a startup fee or anything? Of course not. Why the fuck would we charge you a startup fee to come to our company? Oh, you're coming over from another provider. You want to keep your number? Not a problem. Just bring it over. Of course, we'll do whatever the fuck we can to get your service. Makes sense, right? Sure. Surely. And even if you were to go to another provider, assuming you're not under contract and there's no termination fee, we don't actually charge a fee to, transfer your number over to another provider. Alright? Makes sense. I think some companies in Australia do that, but the company I work for didn't. Anyway. Makes sense so far, right? So, when I got my phone, which is actually on, the little kiddies plan, which they gave me this shitty phone, which I should take a photo of it and show it somewhere. It is a phone. It is a tiny little phone with 1 button on it. Actually, it technically has 3 buttons. It doesn't have a numpad. Right? It's just got this big round button on the front, and it's got 2 buttons on the side that you can navigate the menu with. You can only call... They pre-program 3 numbers in, and they are the only numbers you can call, and they are the only numbers that can call you. So I had it set up so that I could call obviously the waifu and my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, and they were the only people I could call. But I got free calls to them. Well, I got free unlimited calls 24/7 to dad, and then I got like free calls to mum and the waifu between somehow and like 9 p.m, which kind of sucked because sometimes I would actually want to call the waifu after 9 p.m. But anyway, now I've since actually ditched that phone and put the SIM card into my Samsung Galaxy that I take around with me everywhere now. Originally I don't want to take the phone out. I was actually using my Samsung Galaxy as like literally just a tablet at home and nothing else. But now I've actually started, taking it out and using it. So might as well put the SIM card in there. That way I can actually send text messages, because you can't send text messages with the old phone, because it doesn't have a keypad to type in numbers, to type in letters. I can get text messages, I can't send them. Anyway, whatever. I can also call other people now. Can I? Yeah, I can call whoever the fuck I want now. It probably charges me if I do it, but I don't think people can call you though. No, I don't think so. No. That being said, I do get all these fucking goddamn email text messages from like spam bullshit that I didn't get on my old phone because the phone itself would like stop them. But because now I've got it into a normal phone, I just get all these fucking annoying ass shitty messages in Japanese that piss me the fuck off. That are clearly spam. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, when I got this phone, right, I'm like, okay, this is a cheap ass fucking phone, yeah? Surely this phone's not gonna cost anything. Huh, no. How much was it? I think it was like fucking $100 to $200 for this shitty ass phone. I went on a 24-month contract. I had to pay for the phone. Not only did I have to pay, like, take the iPhone for example, $20 over 24 months. 20 times 24, what's that? About $400, $500. The phone itself costs, if you just want to buy the phone, like $1,000 something, right? So it's discounted, yeah? If you go into a contract. Whatever I had to pay was the full cost of the handset. Wasn't discounted in any way, shape or form, even though I was on a 24-month contract. It's bullshit. Second, new service. I had to pay a connection fee. I had to pay a fucking fee. I think it was like $50 to set up the fucking service. I'm going on a contract with you people. You should be happy to take my patronage. Why are you charging me? This is horseshit. And then there was another thing. No, there wasn't another thing, but the waifu also wanted to do something with her phone and transfer her number over, and she had to pay a fee to transfer her phone number from the same provider. No, it was from prepaid to postpaid. That's right. She had a prepaid number and she wanted to put that onto a plan. She had to pay a fee to do that. It was with the same provider, and she had to pay a fee to go from prepaid to postpaid. It's bullshit. God. Not only that, but she went into a 24-month contract, and then she found that she was using like too much. So I'm like, okay, well, clearly what you should be doing is going onto a higher plan where you get a little bit more usage, and the call rates are a bit cheaper. Makes sense, right? So we go to the plans and we're having a look at these plans. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, this plan looks good. Let's go with it. And they're like, you gotta pay a fee. I'm like, what do you mean I gotta pay a fee? When we didn't get a handset with this plan. Like I said before, back in Australia, you don't get a handset. You can change your plan as much as you want. Get a handset, yeah, makes sense. You're gonna have to pay a termination fee. Well, actually, no. If you increase your plan, there's no fee. If you decrease your plan, there's a fee. And we were both increasing our plan, and we didn't have a handset. Yet we still had to pay a goddamn termination fee on the old contract. What horseshit! What absolute horse feces! Oh my god, it's so bullshit. And the reason is because the new plan was a different kind of plan to the old plan. So fucking what? Alright, well let's increase our plan on the old plan. No, you can't. The old plan doesn't exist anymore. Well then you should put me onto the new plan for no fucking fee! Now we are stuck on the old plan. We can't increase or decrease our spend limit because the old plan no longer exists, but we can't go into the new pricing scheme unless we pay a termination fee of the old contract and go on to a new 24-month contract starting from today. This is unbelievable. These kind of fees and like rules would be completely like if a company did this in Australia, the what do they call it? I think it's called ACMA, the Australian Consumer, or there's the Telecommunications Ombudsman. That's right, the Telecommunications Ombudsman would just fucking hammer the company with fees for doing this shit, because this is just complete like anti-consumer bullcrap. I mean, there's no way you'd be able to get away with this in Australia. Not only that, but there are two kind of plans in Australia. Back in the day, there used to only be one kind. The kind of plan was, like, let's say you pay $20 a month. Pay $20 a month, you get $20 worth of calls, and the call rates are X. Then, the next plan, you pay $30 a month, you get $30 worth of calls, and the call rates are slightly cheaper. Then $40, you get $40, and they're cheaper than that. $50, you get $50, etc., right? Makes sense. Not the greatest plans, but depending on the situation, they suit certain people. Then you had what we used to call cap plans, but we're no longer allowed to because they're not actually capped. They are the plans where usually, in Australia, plans that like end in a 0, like 20, 30, they are the ones where you pay 20, you get 20, you pay 30, you get 30. Then the cap plans usually end in a 9. So you pay $29, you get $300 worth of calls. But the call rates are actually a little bit more, like a lot more expensive. But you get a lot of calls. And then like you pay, $59 and you get, I don't know, $800 worth of calls, etc., right? They're not called cap plans anymore, but they're, I'm going to refer to them as cap plans. What have we got in Australia? What have we got in Japan? Alright. So, you have these like cap style plans. Oh, hell no, says the woman behind the freaking counter. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, so what's this plan? Okay, so it's, what is it, $30 a month? Alright. So yeah, this is when we were trying to figure out what plan to put the wife on, right? Because she was using too many calls. So, what was she? I can't remember. I'm gonna just make an example. Let's say she was on a $30 plan. She was using way too many calls, and it was, like, really expensive. Okay, fair enough. So, let's go on to, say, a $40 plan. So, how many, you get, like, $40 worth of calls, right? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean, allowance? What are you talking about? Like, what's the call allowance you get on the plan? I don't understand what you mean by allowance. Like, can you just translate exactly what I say to the lady behind the counter? Okay. What is the call allowance on these plans? Translates. Woman speaks in Japanese. Come back, there is no call allowance. I say, okay, translate this. What do you mean there's no call allowance? Usually there's a call allowance. She translates. Woman speaks. Wife says, no, these plans, you pay $30. That's it. You pay $30 and this is the call rates and you pay for every single call you make. You pay $40, the call rates are cheaper, but you still pay for every single call you make. There is no call allowance on these plans. That is utterly fucking ridiculous. Was there an unlimited plan? I can't remember, but it was way too expensive. So, you pay more money. Usually, generally speaking, you pay more money on your plan, you get more call allowance to cover the calls that you're making, and the call rate's a little bit cheaper. Here, you pay more money, you don't get any more call allowance, they're just cheaper call rates. That is the worst shit ever! I just can't wrap my head around this fucking Japanese telephone company system. Maybe some of the phone companies are different, but I've at least checked, what, 2 or 3 of them, and they're all like this system. Like, you gotta pay to connect your phone, you gotta pay the 100% cost of the handset if you get a handset, regardless of the contract you go on. You gotta pay if you want to transfer your number from another provider to you. You gotta pay if you want to transfer your number from the same provider to the same provider, whether it's prepaid to postpaid or postpaid to postpaid. You gotta pay a goddamn fee to keep your number. So I think what the wife had to do was she wanted to get a new, she wanted to like go onto a new plan. It was cheaper for her to just get a second number. So now she has 2 phones with 2 separate numbers because that was cheaper than transferring her old number. Because she doesn't want to lose her old number because like everyone knows that on that one and she advertises it. It's just fucking ridiculous. It's so stupid. I don't even want to talk about data plans. Well, you know what? I think mobile broadband is actually the one good thing. But I haven't really looked into it because I have no interest in it. We got the fiber internet here that we pay like pittance for, and we get unlimited usage, and it's lightning fast. So I haven't really looked into it that much. But god damn, dude, that's insane. You guys in America or Canada or England or wherever you're from, let me know what the mobile phone companies like are like in your place. Because I'm curious if maybe Australia. I thought Australia was the shittest place on earth as far as pricing was. Our internet was crap. I know prices for internet shit, but I know prices for electronics are crap here, games. So I just assumed that Australia was the worst. Because when customers always complain about prices, I'd be like, yeah, we're in Australia, dude. Deal with it. But Japan's actually, in some cases, like, way worse. I would have thought Japan would be the best place in the world for technology and plans and stuff like this. But, you know, whatever. I'm done. I'm done ranting about Japanese mobile phone companies. But, when we come back, maybe we'll see the portal. Yeah. I know, because that'll be the 95th episode. Yeah, you were wrong. Yeah, well, I was wrong about the gate, but... Well, because I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that tomorrow we will see the portal. Unless there is two squares between the entrance and the portal. Or maybe there are. Otherwise, we might actually finish this game in 99 days instead of 100. If so, whoopee for me. But when we, yeah. Like I said, we'll do that tomorrow. I can't wait, actually. I really want to... Well, you're just going to have to wait. I know. And it's morning. Yeah, I know. So you're going to have to wait extra long. Because you probably won't do it until tomorrow night. Yeah, well, whatever. But for now, my name is Leon. I'll see you next time.